We're back on Inside Tennessee with the sheriffs of Blount and Knox County. Susan.
Yeah, I just wanted a quick follow-up on that. There's a movement around the country to take away the cell phones of kids in school now. Quite a few schools, there's some here in Knox County that are looking at doing that as well. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Sheriff, what do you think, Sheriff Spangler?
Yes, we talked about it earlier. There's two sides of that coin. You know, you've had communication available if something does happen that they could call for emergency services or something like that. And there's the part that they can use it for something that's not a positive means. So
I agree with the same thing. It's just, and also that's a decision for the administrators within the jail to make. I don't think that's a law enforcement decision.
You mean schools?
To make, yeah.
What did I say?
They feel like jail sometimes.
Not the jails, yeah.
Good faux pas.
I'll get there, yeah.
Especially when you're 16 or 17.
Calculus was jail.
Within our schools, but yeah, it most definitely.
We want to segue now into talking a little bit about crime, and I want to ask you kind of a two-part question, if I may. One is just about the whole issue of crime in general. We know that growth is occurring both in Blount and Knox County. I was just down in Blount the other day, and I was like, wow, there are a whole lot more people down here than I remember. Good for Blount, but it has its challenges. So I'd like you all to address both sort of the picture of crime as you see it, worrisome, not bad, and then second, it has become politicized, this issue of who's committing the crime, and if it's people, if you will, who are from this country, or if it's a greater proportion of people who are coming from outside this country. I think you know what I mean, immigrants or what have you. It's become a politicized issue. So Sheriff Berrong, may I start with you, if you don't mind addressing the question in terms of Blount?
Historically, when I came in, mainly we had crimes of opportunity. You leave the garage door open, you might get your motor stolen, stuff. Things has changed with the growth, with the society. And right now what we're dealing with is more volatile things, where I used to send one cruiser to call or two cruisers and they can clear in 15 minutes. Now I'm sending 5, 6, and 7, and it takes an hour sometimes. Yeah. The weapons that are involved, whether it be knives, guns, it takes much more of our personnel. We see the change in that drastically in the last few years.
And in terms of the perception or the accusation that a lot of the people committing the serious crime these days are coming from, if you will, outside the country, what are your thoughts on that?
We haven't seen that at this point in Blount County. You know, it can change as anything does, but right now it's not. And we go back to our crimes. A majority of the crimes, or the common denominator, or the nucleus of it, is the drug addiction, drug or substance abuse.
And Sheriff Spangler, what about you? You're in your second term now. Not as long serving as he is. He's the longest serving in the state of Tennessee right now, which is pretty remarkable. But obviously you are looking at a population of 500,000 people in Knox County. What are your guys and women seeing, and what about the question of the outsiders?
Yeah, our call volume obviously has gone up, and plus when you have anywhere from 35,000 people move into our county within the past 2.5 years, it makes a difference. That's also, as I said, our call volume going up, but it also, as Sheriff Berrong says, our calls now last longer because of those things going on. And when most of them are involved with narcotics of some kind, it makes it even more difficult. So you're dealing with a different type of person as well today than we did years ago as well. So we're, as he said, anything can change, but we're not seeing an awful lot as far as influx from outside, but we are seeing some.
Do you all, do we have gangs in Knox County on drugs? Number one problem, right? Where are they coming from?
In all counties, I might add, but I'll let them answer that.
But yeah, right. Do you see that? Do we have cartels that are connected to gangs in Knox County or Blount County?
There are gangs, and some of those members are within our facilities, and we're dealing with them as best we can. But yeah, there are gangs within Knox County.
We have the same thing, and in our community, they try to get the rural areas, and they go and kind of have a safe place to sleep. Then they unfortunately go back to Knox County and do their trading or dealing there, but they can't help their stuff usually. They can't help it. Then we get involved, and we're very aggressive on that type of gang or any type of drug issue.
One other related question to that, sheriffs. For the longest time, you and your former sheriff colleagues have said that the jail in Knox County is the largest mental health institution in the county. Is that still true, Sheriff, and is it true in Blount County as well?
Still is true, yes. Very much is.
And how do we move past that?
Go ahead.
The state of Tennessee and probably some other states also, they have neglected the mental health issue. They closed down Lakeshore, and we are the biggest repository of the mental health. We're not trained. We're not. That's not. Air jail was not built for that purpose. But yes, we are the biggest repository in Blount County, and I know Knox County would be the same thing of mental illness, and it's really a strain and a burden on their staff.
Sheriff,
I have a little over 80 individuals within my mental health pod. So yeah, it's burdensome. And like you said, we're not trained to be able to help those people the way that they need, and but we want to make sure that they do. But they also, I think, sometimes, as Don, you can contest to this, some of the attorneys will say they're safer in jail than they are out on the street as well.
Sometimes that's true.
And
The problem is they're not getting better in jail.
Correct.
And I guess my question really quick is, Sheriff, you're in front of county commission every year. I'm sure Sheriff Berrong, you have to do the same thing. Have you ever asked for money for more trained mental health professionals in jail, with all of us being aware of this problem?
Well, there you go. You're asking law enforcement to do something else that we're not
But
trained
you're
to
stuck.
do.
You're stuck. And I'm just saying, with that reality, have you thought about asking for money for mental health professionals in the detention facility?
We've not thought about it, at least not in the current edition anyway.
They're the same.
Your medical bill, more than $1 million a year,
Oh,
right?
goodness.
Drugs?
Yeah. When I first came in, I know our psychotropic medications was over $500,000.
We've got to take another quick break on Inside Tennessee. Back with more right after this.